Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. Just past the noon hour here in the month of July, and I just remembered I gotta get that grass field cut probably today. Well, maybe not this episode, I mean this in-game day. Need to get that cut because the grass field is at full height, and I need to get that into the silo bunker and compact it down in so we can go ahead and make some silage. We're going over to pick up some straw bales because, well, we got some. Yeah, we finished the wheat field. That field is done. The oats in the small field, that's been harvested and baled, and now I'm working back in the original field I started in. Got a little bit more oats to go ahead and harvest there and bring that over to milling it over. Go ahead and make some more flour. Now the flour distributing is going on between our two production buildings, and it's not going the way I thought it was going to go. So yeah, we're making flour, and we got bread pit, which makes bread, needs flour. And we also got the big red barn, which can make bread and also make pasta, and that also requires flour as well. So I was kind of curious of how the distributing was going to go for the flour. So at first I thought, okay, it's either going to go all to one building, or is it going to split it in half? And then I thought, or it could also do it by the recipes that you have. So the Big Red Barn has two recipes, because the Big Red Barn can make bread and pasta, so that both requires flour. And Bread Pit just needs flour for bread, so I thought maybe 2/3 of the flour is going to go to the Big Red Barn, and 1/3 of flour is going to go to Bread Pit. The flour is being distributed to both production buildings, but kind of in a weird, I don't understand the ratio. But we'll check it out here just a little bit later on, let it produce a little bit more flour and see where it goes. So these straw bales that we do have, we're going to go ahead and sell these straw bales over here at the heating plant. I thought about doing what you probably be the smart thing to do in real life. I probably would sell the older straw bales and keep the newer straw bales and put those in the shed, but we're just going to go ahead and sell the newer ones and keep the older ones in the shed just because it's easier. No sense in just taking straw bales out of our shed just to put these in there just because they're newer. In Farming Simulator, doesn't really matter too much. So I don't know how much we're going to get for these straw bales. We get what we get. It's just added money, and we got plenty of straw bales for the cows for bedding and TMR, so we are good in that front. I kind of forgot, how high does this auto trailer stack? Can we stack more? Oh, we can stack more. Oh, this will be the last row for sure. Also today what we're going to do is, well, we're going to finish up the cereal crop harvest. We got, like I said, a little bit more oats to go, and we're going to bring that down to milling it over. We're also going to go ahead and try to get not some of our production buildings going, but I think we're going to get the milk and bring that on down and start making some butter. And I've got to make sure that the dairy godmother, we're going to go ahead and be making some butter in there. I need to put that on storing because I need that butter to actually go to Bread Pit for making cakes. The Big Red Barn also requires butter as well, but I want it all to go down to Bread Pit. So I'll have to bring that down as well. I gotta get the strawberries out of the greenhouse. I need to bring those down to Bread Pit as well and start stockpiling some stuff for making cakes. And also, we're going to go ahead and bring our eggs down to Bread Pit today as well and put that into storage. I got some eggs in there already accidentally when I was going down to sell eggs before. I would pull into the drop-off area, and Bread Pit was like, ooh, give me those eggs. And I was like, no, absolutely not. Do I just hit B again? I'm trying to remember without the help menu. And no, where's the help menu? Let's bring up the help menu and unload bales here. That's what we want to do. And are you going to sell the bales? Alright, so maybe, can I, if I just leave them on the trailer, will that work? Nope. Let's reset. Alright, so, yep, doesn't sell off the trailer, so I got to get it down closer to the trigger. So this will work now, hopefully, if I back up like this. Alright, and then... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do, but they're going to reload, right? Okay, yep. All right, let's go ahead and bring it over like this. And bring them down. And if we unload the bales here, Alright, why did it unload them back onto the trailer? There we go. That time I unloaded them there. So for a trailer load, we got $7,345 worth of straw. That was a lot more than I thought we were going to get. So that is pretty darn good. And we're going to get quite a few of that today. So nothing new is going on in the store for anything being on sale. So not looking to buy anything today. We just want to get the cereal crop field done. I'm trying to get this field cleared out first because I want to bring the T6 over and start plowing this field to get stones and also so the weeds don't pop up. That's two reasons why we do it. And we need to get this field turned over so we can go ahead and plant wheat here in a couple months. So if you're curious of how much wheat we got off the field here, let me go ahead and check a couple things down before we forget. I say we like I'm including you. It's me. I'll forget. That's for darn sure. Let's go ahead and just pull up to this bill here. So a couple things that we can look at here. So if I look into storage, I can kind of guess here. Let's see. I added about 10,000 liters of wheat to the silo. And then currently down here, we got 85,000 liters of wheat. And of course, we've been processing some. So we got a little bit over 100,000 liters of wheat off that field, which is way more than what we need. Now, distributing the flour, as you can see, we were at 0 and 0. And if we come on down to Bread Pit, Bread Pit has taken 6,600 liters of the flour. And if we come on down to the Big Red Barn, it's only taken 205. So I don't know how it's distributing the flour in that sense. I don't understand the ratios too much. Not sure. Have no idea what to say, but that's how it's distributing it. So if I want the flour to go to the Big Red Barn to make pasta, I'm probably going to have to put that on storing and bring it over myself, I guess, in order to make pasta. So I could do that in the future. Right now, I'm just going to let it all go to Bread Pit, and we'll just go ahead and make bread like we always do. And sell the bread in the winter months. Well, once we start making it. I'll probably turn Bread Pit back on, I know, probably in August, September. That way it gives it 2 months, and every 2 months we sell the bread. A couple people have mentioned also about the Big Red Barn. There is a modded shed out there that we could put on down that will take pallets from production buildings, I believe. So, like the Big Red Barn is going to be spitting out a whole different type of products. So I could have it distributed to the shed, I think. And then I could take out the particular pallets I want out of that shed. I didn't get a chance to go look at it, but it's something I will probably look into when the weekend shows up. Because I've been kind of busy getting these fields taken care of in between episodes. And something I'm not sure if I want to put down as of yet. We'll see. I'll look at it and see if it's what we want to do. When I looked at back at the replay when I took the pig food off the stack of crates that were there, and it kind of went flying somewhere, that is because the salad spawned up and made me flip over. So I'm going to try that again when we get a full stack of pallets there to see if it happens again, and if it does, it's just something to be aware of. I think that's all the straw off of that field, but let's go ahead and get ourselves another $7,000. Why not? Because money is good. But yes, getting ourselves a bigger harvester is something to definitely look into, because there's nothing wrong with the harvester we have, just that the size of the harvester that we have and the fields that we currently now have, it takes a while to harvest. So I know someone's going to say, well, get the working speed mod or get a modded header that I can harvest at a faster rate. Yeah, I could do that, but in theory, I also like to get a bigger harvester because the capacity on that harvester is kind of on the low side. So when it's on a worker, I'm constantly going over to unload it. But getting a bigger harvester with bigger capacity sounds good, but when you start using a bigger header, you're going to fill up the combine just as fast. But it's going to get the field done a little bit quicker. Let's go ahead and try this again. And I'm going to be curious, just reset it back onto the trailer. Okay, I don't know why that one time it did. Yes, give me another good chunk of change there. So that one, the price, did the price drop that much? Did I not have all the bales on the trailer that I could have? I thought I got more with that on the first trailer. You can't tell me the price has dropped that much in the matter of a couple minutes I brought the first load over. Alright, so I'm just going to double check this field here and make sure all the straw bales are off it. And then when you grab the T6 with the it looks like a subsoiler, but it's a modded subsoiler and it's classified as a plow, so that's why we don't get the weeds off of that one. Unlike when I created this field, I used a subsoiler, a bigger subsoiler from the shop, and we got the weeds. We don't want weeds right now. But at least I think I saw a couple of comments when that happened. A couple of you did notice, like, oh, that's how you get rid of the weeds. Yep, that's how you get rid of the weeds. At least that's one option you have of getting rid of the weeds, is using a weeder. You could also use herbicide as well, but that can get kind of expensive. And I do believe we got all the straw bales off the field. While we're here, let's might as well tidy up this field right here as well. Did I not turn you on? Oh, I probably got to hit reset. And then turn on. There we go. And not many bales in this field here. I was not expecting, though, on that wheat harvest in the new chicken field, I was not expecting to get that much wheat. These 3 fields that we had last season, we were getting like, 35, near 40,000 liters. So I was trying to guesstimate how big to make that field. I'm like, that should be about right. And apparently I'm double the size. And it should be even better, because let's just say I got 100,000 liters of wheat out that field. Most of that field needed lime. And I forgot to check, but if it's 15% after the field's been limed, then we should get 115,000 liters of wheat next time. Alright, let's park the McCormick over here for now. Just get it off this field as well. You go here. And I did see the comment again. Someone said they were surprised that there's no cartridges on this map, which there are cartridges on this map. So I'm not going to say where they are if you want to find for them for yourself. But it's been commented many times where they all are. Kind of a little hint right there, where they all are. They're kind of, when you find one, you shouldn't have no problem finding the others. That's, I'll just say it that way. But that's something we're not doing here. We're going to leave them there. We're not going to get the $1 million that way. All right, let's get that off there. We don't need that. Oh, that's in this shit over here. I'm like, where is my subsoiler? I kind of forgot where it was. It is over here. It is nice having the fuel station right here, and of course, Alien Jim's shed for fertilizer and seed sheds over there, not having to go to the store. The combine is almost out of fuel, even though I just topped it off before we started. So not having to run down all the way to the store to get that kind of stuff. Can we pop you on now? There we go. Raise it on up. Now every time I set Courseplay off, I keep looking down to make sure there's an offset on there. And I don't know how that got on there, or why it kept coming on there for a little bit, but now it doesn't seem to be coming on. Alright, let's see who shows up for work today. Let's go up here and let's set off a course for Courseplay, and we want to do this field here. And go that general direction there. Open course. Number of headlands for the subsoiler. I kind of like to go 5 just because the implement's not as wide, and then when he starts going up and down the field, he'll turn in the field. But I think you have it to where they can turn in the field only. But I think that is on. That option is not. Was that, or is that 19? I'm looking for that option where it says turn in field only. That might have been in 19. I'm surprised I don't see it in settings here. Anyways, generate field course. There we go. And I do have to start the machine here because Courseplay thinks this is a plow. And it's going to try to fold a plow, which you cannot fold the subsoiler. we'll go ahead and put that down. Let me bring up this page here. Offset center, no offset. Alright, so I think we are good to go. I might actually do the first headland. For some reason, Courseplay has me going a little bit off the side, and I just want to make sure we don't hit any trees here, like that tree. And once we get past here, yeah, the Courseplay kind of has this field out here quite a bit. But I think we're going to be good now to set it off on a worker. And it looks like Mrs. Frank is back today to get back to work. Yeah, so they're kind of subsoiling the outside of the field, but that's fine. I don't think there's... I think we took care of all the trees over there, but not these trees. I'm trying to keep a mental note for this winter when winter does come, what trees I need to take on down. Let's teleport right to the combine. You can tell I was combining because I wasn't paying attention to my combine. I was trying to do 3 things at once, and the combine got full, and I drove forward a little bit and did some crop destruction. So let's get rid of that evidence right there. There we go. Evidence is now gone. Yeah, so I would be kind of interested to see, or if one of you people out there are a modder and knows if it can be done or not. Like I mentioned before, when you have production buildings that are producing material, but you got 2 production buildings that require that material and it's on distribute, it doesn't seem to distribute them evenly. So not only can you put it on distribute, but you distribute to the particular production building you want it to go to. It's a small thing. Yes, I can put it on storing, go down there with our living trailer because it's so rough, I know, but and then load it up and bring it to where we want it to go. But right now, the flour is just going to bread pit, and we'll make some bread. And yes, I do know the Big Red Barn does make bread and cakes as well, and I could get rid of bread pit, but you can't get rid of bread pit at this point. Can't do that. That'd be rude. So we're going to keep bread pit around, and the only thing we're going to make in the Big Red Barn are the products that we can't make in other production buildings. Although I will admit, the Big Red Barn is a really nice mod because it allows you to buy 1 production building, and it pretty much, I haven't really checked on it, but I think it actually does all the base game food productions. Does it do clothing as well? Either way, I can check on that for you in a minute. But, yeah, basically 1 production building instead of having to buy the other, I'm just going to say, half dozen to 8 production buildings, I think there might be. Now, some maps are going to come with production buildings on them, but you still have to buy them. But you get what I'm saying. 1 production building at a cheap price, and then you can start making everything, and everything's going to spawn there. But the only issue would be, but it's not that big of a deal as long as you're pretty good with pallet forks. Take off what you don't want to sell and store that, or like someone said, I gotta look at this storage shed for pallets for production buildings that stores it all. Then you can spawn what you want. At least that's the way I'm taking it. Like I said, I haven't looked at the mod. I remember seeing it a couple weeks ago. I want to say it came out a couple weeks ago in the Giants Mod Hub. So I was kind of looking at, another good thing about the Big Red Barn is, I was looking at the cereal production, because we don't have that down, but I was like, oh wait, the Big Red Barn, I can make cereal in. What do I need for ingredients? And we are just about there, but the other product that we need, yeah, it's going to take a while before we do cereal. So before we do anything with cereal, we need to do grapes to make raisins. So that means, as we know, the grape and olive production can get rather expensive. Right up front, you got to buy all the plants, but the good thing about the plants is, once you put them down, they're down. You don't have to replant them over and over again. The harvester, if you lease it, leasing can be expensive, and of course buying it outright is expensive. And then of course to make raisins, we got to have the, I'm not sure what it's going to be called. It's not grape production, but maybe it's called the grape production building. But It'll make grape juice and raisins. And then we can take the raisins on down and eventually make some cereal. But also to make cereal, we need oats, which we do have. We need corn. And I'm drawing a complete blank on the other, honey. You need honey as well. Sounds like honey bunches of oats, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. It's kind of weird. When I was harvesting earlier in this wonderful, this is a CR 7070, right? 7070? Yeah. Oh, sorry, CH 7070. I only got 10 hours on this combine so far. Seems like we've done a lot of harvesting with it, but only 10 hours. So I couldn't. The one thing I was looking at it and thinking about it is because I couldn't remember if we bought it new or was that something that was used and we bought. But having only 10 hours on it, we must have bought it brand new. Yeah, once I get into harvesting here, we got to bring it over to our fuel station and throw some diesel in here. Actually, I could go top off the oats at the Big Red Barn. Yeah, I might as well. I might as well swing up around because it's actually going through the oats at a quick pace, I think. I think I had 48,000. It's already down like to 41,000, somewhere in that general vicinity. But the harvest I'm kind of looking forward to, but also not sure if I'm going to enjoy it too much because everyone said the sugar cane. Some people are just getting caught up on the series and they're getting to the sugar cane part. And they're saying, oh yeah, the joys of sugar cane. Which I'm now really glad I did not do all my, I wasn't going to do all the fields in sugar cane, but we were going to do like, what, 4 of them? Something like that. And we just ended up doing one. And we will let it regrow for next season and do the same thing over again. I think it will regrow. Hopefully it will. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to figure out if I can get the rest of this field into the combine, but yeah, we should be able to. So what I'm looking for, as I mentioned just a little bit earlier, about a upgrade on the combine. I probably will keep this one here, just because it's good to have 2 combines. Because just think, when we started off this harvest, I could have put this 770 on the wheat field, and I could have been over here in whatever combine we're going to get. But the header on this combine is 25 feet, and we do have the modded one that's on the Giants Mod Hub, and I do believe it's a 60 footer, so more than double the width. So obviously that'll help us get the field done quicker because it's more than double the width. The other thing that'll help us out, like when I create straw swaths, you got to go pick up the straw behind it. So the bigger the header, the least amount of swaths you have to pick up. I think that's the first time I've seen that helicopter going across the map. I think I've heard it before, just never looked up to see what it was, but yeah, that's a chopper. Get in the chopper. I don't know why I did that. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, so with these oats that we have, we're going to go ahead and stop by the Big Red Barn. We'll drop off whatever oats it can take left, and then we'll bring the rest on down to milling it over and make some flour. And probably in a little while, when I say a little while, maybe if the milling it over is still making flour, I'll switch over to storing, and then we'll bring the flour on up to the Big Red Barn, and we'll make some pasta with it. And our cereal crop harvest for this season is just about over. Just a matter of me, making more straw bales, selling those straw bales, and then getting these fields ready to be flipped over. I really don't have any set plans for crop next year, what we're going to plant as of yet. But the wheat field will be the wheat field, or the chicken field, whatever you want to call it, but it's just going to be wheat all the time. And of course the field next to us with the sugar cane, that will be sugar cane. I guess the field up there with sunflowers into it, I would like to switch over to canola at some point, but It's just the way the seasons is with the canola and sunflower. Either I'll have to leave the fields barren for a year because I gotta plant the canola comes first before harvesting the sunflower. So it's not like harvest the sunflower and plant the canola right away. It's like, oh, I can't harvest the sunflower until I think it's September, October-ish. And then the canola needs to be planted like in August. Now let's go ahead and fold up the combine, cover that on up. I'm going to be a little bit cheeky here and try to get close to the pumps as I can while having to take the header off. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because we got corn and we got sunflower and sugar came up, so we're done with the header. So what I will do here is let's go wash the header off, and then I'll put the header away. Actually, I would like to repair the header before I put it away. And we can do this. I've done this before many times with these sheds, so I'm a pro at it. So instead of bringing the header in, just bring the hose on out and wash it on up. I do love the looks of these sheds, by the way, well, I've said that many times as well, as you know. But the only thing I would change out this wash station is, I mentioned before, that Farming Simulator 15 mod. It was like an automated car wash. That was pretty neat. I did love that that mod. It was kind of fun to use it. Just before Farming Simulator 22 came out, I did put out a quote-unquote video of Farming Simulator 15 and what 15 looked like. And if you don't think Farming Simulator's come a long ways, then you might want to go check out that video. Yep, the header is in the trigger, and I can repair that for 190. Yep. And the combine currently is not that bad. I don't want to repair it anyways, but I mean, if it was really, really bad, I would repair it, but we got more harvest to go. I have not checked yet to see how much the header is for the corn. I don't know if they changed that in 22 because I really haven't checked on it at all, but it used to be the corn and sunflower header you could get as one. So I don't know if they changed it to where the corn and sunflower header are separate, which they can be sometimes. But I haven't checked to see what the price is on buying / leasing them. Alright, now let's go fuel up the combine so it's ready to go. So I got to check on that here in just a moment. We'll park this right here and we'll let it fuel on up. Alright, first things first, because I just mentioned, let's go ahead and look at the headers here. So corn headers, combinations, is this for the 770? Which it is. Alright, so let's back on up. Does that do... Okay, so it does corn and sunflower, so that is still the same. How wide is that? 6 meter. Okay, it's not too bad. And that is the only one that's on... Where's... Oh, that's right, because the it's a CR 90 is not in here. That big combine, right? Combines. I'm probably right on combines. Harvesters, sorry. Yeah, it's the only New Holland combine is the 770. It's a CR 1090 New Holland that I've always used. So that's not in the game, but I think it's a mod actually right now. Who knows? So back to this. So that corn header is $53,000 to buy outright, or when we lease it, I say when we lease it like I'm going to, it's only $2,700. All right, that's all good. That's all fine. We're fine there. All right, I'm going to leave you there. Since the T6 is busy plowing the field, I think they're busy plowing the field. Are you still? Yep, they're moving along. So okay, everything seems fine over there. They're not hugging a tree like they were last episode. Let's detach. I wonder if anything's going to happen to the bales when I detach this. Because technically they're not on the trailer, being an autoloader. We're going to go grab the other autoloader. And it's time to move some things around. So we got to take these eggs on down to Bread Pit. Go grab the strawberries, bring those over to Bread Pit. Got a few things to move around. And then of course we're going to grab our Mac Anthem truck. Although I do see on the mod hub as I record today, On the Giants Mod Hub, it's a quote-unquote lizard truck, but it's the Globetrotter Volvo truck. Not the one I used in 19. That was a nice mod. But I do see that they do have the, I think it's 725 horsepower engine that you can get in that. I probably should upgrade the engine on that Mack Anthem at some point. Alright, let's go ahead and grab all the eggs. Alright, and you know what? Let's go grab all the strawberries in our lovely little greenhouse. And that way we can make our trips on count. I should be able to fit all the pallets on here. Although I probably should put the strawberry pallets on first and then the eggs on top. But it's going to be fine. It'll be fine. Mrs. Frank is doing a lovely job. She didn't rage quit like Frank did the other day when he was hugging the tree over here. Alright, let's get over to the greenhouse, pile on those strawberries, and get that on down the bread pit. And then, yeah, we got to transfer some milk on down to the dairy godmother, start making some butter, and make sure I put that on storing instead of distribute. I think I see why we didn't get all the money from our straw bales that we did before, because one straw bale did not go in there for $306. Kind of odd that one bale did not land in there. So more landscaping in the future. I definitely want to work on the maple syrup greenhouse area. But I want to see, and we're about to try it on out, how much room do I have between the strawberry pallets and the little bit of a rock cliff that we built there? How much room do I actually have there? And if not enough room, then we're going to have to flatten that out and kind of push back the rock cliff a little bit. Got to flatten it out in here. Yeah, this fall, this map is going to look just a little bit more different than it has because we got a lot more trees down, so when the leaves change colors, it should look rather nice. I mean, I like the way the map is overall, but a little bit more color would be nice. Let's go ahead and load these on up. I don't know how many more strawberries I got here. Any more strawberries? No. So far, out of all the strawberries, we barely used 1,000 liters of water, barely 1,000 liters of seed, and the manure, I don't remember how much we put in here, but maybe 1,500 liters worth. So overall, pretty darn good. It's not chewing through the material as fast as I was kind of fearing at first, maybe. And then they do appear to be making more than the base game greenhouses do, because we're adding seed and we're adding fertilizer in manure. Speaking of manure, can you ladies maybe start producing a little bit more? We'd like to use it for other purposes, but we only got 20 cows right now, but pretty soon we will have 30. So originally I was thinking about having the residential area road come out to here. I really don't, I keep saying I want to do that, but I don't want to because I'll end up driving through there a lot. And really, I should be driving through the residential area with my farming equipment. So I think we're going to be taking a road over here by Tight Knit, which is our spinnery, and bringing that over across to where So What is. And speaking of the spinnery, it was mentioned before, I think about a year ago. Not a year ago. I meant a year ago in farming, in this Let's Play last season, when we had a little problem with the spinnery not keeping up, and people mentioned maybe put down a second spinnery. It was mentioned again. Some people are like, yeah, I put down 2 spinneries when I do that much cotton. So the cotton's already in there, so I don't think you can take material out. I haven't tried on the production building, but I haven't seen nothing offhand that I know of where you can take material out that you put product in to make into something else. I don't know if you can take it out or not. So we're just going to let it run through. It's no big deal to close. I won't be selling again until April. And also, while I'm on production buildings, because I just remembered, someone did ask, where do you find the no handcuffs mod for the production buildings? And the only place I think I know where to get it is in the link in the description below. As far as I know, the creator of that mod, Epideath, never uploaded it anywhere as far as I know. So yeah, in the description below, you'll find the link to the no handcuffs mod, and just download that, and then you can get the production buildings that we use here. Now, I will refresh your memory on those production buildings. When you download the No Handcuffs mod, it doesn't make the current production buildings hold 5 times as much and produce 5 times as much. You got to place down the No Handcuffs production building. So, like, if your map has a spinnery on it, it's not going to make that spinnery hold 5 times as much and produce 5 times as more. You got to put down the No Handcuffs spinnery itself. Okay, so with that being said, I need to bring McCormick back. Am I done picking up material with the autoloader? We brought the eggs, we brought the strawberries. Now we need to take care of the butter, so I need to grab the macanthem. And the tanker is over there, so I'll see you over at Herd That, which is our cow barn. We're going to grab some milk, bring on down to the Dairy Godmother, start making some butter. And I think I'll also, while I'm down there, I think we're going to go ahead and just switch the flour to storing. And then I can figure out later on, do I want it all at the Big Red Barn to make pasta? Or bring some, I can bring it anywhere I want to. So I think I'll put that on storing. Alright, I heard a few of you screaming when I kept saying when I was bringing some of the flour on up to the Big Red Barn. I just checked the recipe for cakes. And of course, the cakes take flour. I just completely forgot about that. So I think we'll just leave it on distribute the way it is. And we're going to go ahead and let... Ooh, a little bit of lag there. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and let the distribution the way it's going seems to be okay. We'll get some flour in the Big Red Barn. And we'll get a decent amount of flour into Bread Pit. And yeah, we'll be making a whole bunch of cakes. At least I hope. So yeah, for the rest of the fall, or summer into fall... the eggs will be going on down to Bread Pit. The strawberries always going to Bread Pit. We're going to just load up with all the ingredients that we can and see how much we can get for the cakes. I kind of forgot how much the cakes sell for. I don't know what to expect from cakes. Not too sure. But I think, if I remember, I think cakes were going for like $3,000. And just remember, I'm on hard economy, so yeah, if you're saying, oh, they go for a lot more, depending on the economy that you're on. Let's go ahead and attach that on up. This has got water in it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to top off the cows, although I think I just did that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just empty out the tanker. Yep, got to get this grass cut in this in-game day and put that into the other bunker. And go ahead and compact that in and turn that to side. Well, I'm not going to compact it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll get it right here. I'm going to compact it, but I'm not going to cover it. And then every time we cut the grass, we'll be able to put more chaff into that bunker. And eventually we'll cover it up. And then that'll be in November. Maybe late October. Early November. That way, when December comes, we can go ahead and sell the silage then. Because that is a good time to sell silage. I don't think the cows are going to take much water, if any. Alright, I'll be wrong. They took quite a bit. Let's go ahead with power tools. And we just want to empty this on out. Okay, that's good. Now the trigger for that water is not in the most convenient spots for the setup I got here. Alright, so this should be for the milk. I don't know how many liters of milk we have. Last I knew it was 17,000. Okay, I must have lied. It's only 15,000. I thought we were at 17,000 liters of milk. Yeah, so here's the recipe for cakes. 8 flour, 8 sugar, 8 milk, 8 eggs, 8 butter, 8 strawberries. So, got to make sure that we keep some milk around to make the cakes with. I wonder how, let's see, our newborns, if I can still call them that, they're not too far off from reaching puberty, which means they will be adult heifers and start making some milk also. So that'll definitely get the milk production going. And of course, our original 10 set of cows, I do believe they're like a month or two away from having newborns, like I said. So we'll have 30 cows, but the newborns won't be producing any milk at all. Not for 18 months, or is it 12 months? Can't remember. Everything, I don't want to say everything has changed from 19 to 22, but most things have changed in the time frame. I know I got the helper icons off. I do believe it's going to be here. Yep, there we go. Let's dump the milk on in. And the dairy godmother is right here. We're going to go ahead and... So it's 150 milk for 130 butter, which is not bad at all. So we're going to get a lot of butter. Let's go ahead and turn... Whoops, I'm trying to double click it. I want to activate it. And we're just going to go ahead and put it on storing. Oh, the one thing I was going to double check and I haven't looked at. The big red barn. Does that make clothing as well? Or is it just food products? Yeah, so the big red barn, which is a mod. I think I got it in the link below in the description. I think it's called Production Mod or something like that. It's on the Giants Mod Hub. But basically it does... I think all the basic in-game food stuff for the most part. So yeah, we can make raisins, we can make grape juice, make oil, cereal, butter, cheese, like you can in the dairy, and of course you got your sugar. Actually, it only does sugar beet sugar. It doesn't do sugar cane sugar or the chopped sugar beet sugar. But it also has all these extra stuff that we're making here, so not too bad. Not too bad. So let's see, how much fabric do I got in the clothing store? Yeah, we'll let it go a little bit more. Like I said, not that big of a rush. So we are making butter, or at least the dairy godmother is. And yeah, I'm going to keep the milling it over mill on distributing the flour because it's basically mostly going to bread pit and not so much to the big red barn. And I need a lot of flour in bread pit, so I'm not going to be making any bread. I'm going to save it all for making some cakes. And eventually, once we get our other production buildings down, so we still got to put down the cereal factory, and also the grape production building needs to go down here. And once we get those down, then maybe start spicing it up around here with some decorations and more landscaping and so on and so forth. Yeah, I think a road cutting over from here over to the main road wouldn't be too bad. I may actually put the other production buildings down up here. So I don't want them too clustered, so I'm going to probably put the other two down over here, I think. As you know, I used to call them plans, but I changed my plans so much, I think we're just going to call them ideas and go from there. So, yeah, I got to wait for Mrs. Frank to finish plowing up that field, then she's going to move on to the other one. And while she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and remove the straw bales. Well, I got to make more straw bales, remove the straw, and make more bales, and then remove the straw bales. And then we'll be good to go. I'm selling all those straw bales. Don't need to keep freighting. We got plenty of straw to go around. And we're pretty much all set. And then, yeah, we got to cut this grass over here. And put that into the bunker. Although someone was trying to correct me, and I need to look at this myself. Because I call them silo bunkers. And yes, they are made for silage. But aren't they really called silo bunkers on the page? I'm kind of wondering that myself now. Construction, please. There we go. Silos. Yeah, they are calling them bunker silos. So you can call... I mean, yeah, you can call them silage bunkers. That's what they're really for. But I think the reason why they mostly do call them silo bunkers is I've seen a couple farmers do it around here as well. When they have a really, really good harvest... sometimes their silos get full and they use the bunker silos and throw whatever they've been harvesting, wheat, corn, whatever, and they'll throw that into the silo bunkers and cover them up. But the end game calls them silo bunkers, so I'm going to call them silo bunkers, even though the only thing that we can really do with them, as for the in-game ones, is throw grass and chaff in and compact it to make silage. So, I mean, yeah. They basically are for silage bunkers, but the in-game calls them bunker silos. So when I say silage, yeah, silage bunker, silo bunker, same thing. It's all terminology. But either way, I was just kind of confused on that. So this is what I'm saying about the straw. We got plenty of straw here. I barely touched any of it from last season. I think I got more than enough to last another year. And like I said, on the cows, let's see, so they're halfway through puberty. These are the newborns. And, oh, next month we will have 10 more cows. Wow, they're 3 years old now. Very interesting. Oh, and by the way, how are we doing here? Okay, they're fine. They're fine-ish. Oh, yeah, so some of the wheat I did harvest also went into topping out the chickens with food. So we may have gotten a little bit more over 100,000. The sheep need some water. The sheep are going through water quite a bit. I better go ahead and take care of the sheep. Don't want them to go thirsty. But there we go. Yeah, the cereal crop harvest is over. Just got to get those fields transformed over and get ready for planting here in a couple of months. I say a couple months. Could it be August or September? I kind of forgot already. Still haven't got the seasons down for 22 yet, when to plant on each crop. And it's probably going to take me a while because my brain is stuck on a lot of the geos I was using in 19. But that's something I got to learn. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.